was visiting, I never once had an odd experience. It was the early 90s, and I was 17 or 18. I had moved out of my parents' house not long before to not the safest of cities. I was a handful at the time, and I was clashing heads a lot with my parents. I had a great job, for my age anyway, $16 an hour, and the rent was low at $350, so I moved out. Anyways, my best friend and I would go for blunt rides around the city when we were bored. Back in the early 90s, the streets were pretty scenic with crackheads and corner boys. I stupidly had very little fear, and we were used to it by this stage. I was driving, and we were both pretty smoked out.
Suppose it. I'll see you in the morning, yo. See you then. Well, today is Sunday. Tomorrow is Monday, yo. Let's go chill somewhere for a day. May as well. Let's go chill somewhere for a day, yo. Why not, what? YOLO. Why fucking not? Let's go chill somewhere for a day. Let's go chill over here. Let's go chill. What here will do? Why the fuck not? Here we are. Right here. Press play.
She was also drinking some kind of liquor straight from the bottle as well. We had just gone through a yellow light on one of the main roads when I noticed the car behind us had a police light on the roof and was flashing their headlights at me.
A bun for day.
Oh man. My friend starts freaking out, shoving the bottle under her seat, already almost in tears. I didn't think twice about it. Back then, there were undercovers everywhere. I pulled onto the side of the pretty busy street, hiding the blunt, and watched the driver take the light off of his roof and start walking towards us. He tells me that he has seen us driving up and down the streets looking for drugs and demands our IDs. He's leaning in and close to my face, looking back and forth at both of us and sniffing the air. He was a really big guy too, kind of unkempt to be honest. But we fish out our IDs and hand them to him. He tells us that we're in big trouble apparently. In my sort of rebellious dumb head, I'm thinking, what? What for? He goes back to his car. By then, my friend is in a puddle of tears. She was no angel either. She was pretty drunk and high and freaking out. But he finally comes back and tells us that he talked to his partner. There was another man in his car, and his partner decided to take it easy on us. He said that he would let us go with a warning if we gave him all of our weed and went home. I remember quickly calculating the situation. Plain clothes, undercover car, just wants our weed. It just didn't add up. Just at that moment, an actual police car too was driving by on the other side of the street. The guy saw it too and stepped back a little. I just reacted and opened the door and went to the middle of the street, waving my arms at the cop car. I remember the look on the guy's face, like a confused caught kid with nowhere to go. The cops were coming to a light and not going fast anyway. They stopped right there, and I just started asking them before they could say anything, is this guy a real cop? They looked confused. The guy looked like he didn't know what to do. I was yelling to the real cops that this guy said that he was a cop and pulled us over. The guy started fast walking back to his car.
Now. He's going to jail for what?
The cops left the car in the middle of the street and went after him. And they got him. More cops showed up, and my high is completely gone at this point. The fake cop's car is absolutely swarmed all of a sudden. And I finally see them both being taken to a cop car in cuffs. The cop that originally stopped came back to my car with our IDs and explained to us that this wasn't the first time that these guys had pulled their fake cop act. Asked me if I was okay to drive home, took our information and said that they would be in touch. was shaken, but I guess more mad than anything. We went back to my apartment and, well, that was pretty much that. Now, for some time, I had a bit of a habit of checking out the police logs and court sentencing in the local paper, and I found the guy's court appearance, which also contained a mugshot and a short article about how many times he had done the same to other women. And the danger that we could have been in didn't really sink into my stupid teenage brain until I read that apparently...
Let's grab this. Go over here. Go down. Down. And should be somewhere around here. Well, I'll see you when I find it. There we are. 3, 2, 1, action.
Apparently, he had stabbed 2 of those young women.
How blunt.
I still remember his face and his name even. The court record said that he got a 20-year sentence for it as well. I wasn't a big fan of police back then, but I thank God that they just happened to be driving by that day, because if they hadn't, I really don't know what would have went down. So, it's night time, and just to preface, whatever happened, all of the windows in the house are closed except mine. Now, my brother said that he let both of my cats out a few minutes ago, and there's no way or reason for him to lie about that. And reading on my laptop, door fully closed and the hall light on outside, so I'd know if it was opened. My cat loves to cuddle up any time of the day, and sometimes likes to sit underneath my bed even. I always left his favourite blanket under there for him because of this too. And what I thought was my cat came up to my bed, seemingly to jump up on it. So without looking properly, I started patting the bed and sort of making a noise, which is just something that I do for him to get up on. He's shaking side to side like he's going to jump up, but he doesn't. And at this point, I think that he looks really weird from the corner of my eye. I glance at him for a second, and he does look super weird, because I can't really see his face, but telling from the dark and the light from my laptop, he looks really scary. Now, I don't know how to describe what I was looking at, but it was this sort of hairless and really sickly pale grey-coloured cat, and...
Let's pause it. Let's head back home, I guess. Let's swim over to my house. Why not? Okay, there we are. Let's go over here. I'm sorry my neighbours won't mind calling me, you know. I'm sorry my neighbours won't mind. I cut through their, you know, place. Here we are. Back at my place, yo. Gang gang. I guess I'll see you in the morning, yo. I'll see you then. Five in the morning. Head to school, yo. Gang gang. May as well catch a bus and head to school. Gang gang, you heard. Bus station should be down here, if I'm not mistaken. Gang gang. Bus station should be this way. My first day at school. Bus station. This is the bus station. Wow. Press play. Have one for a day while we wait for the bus.
Walk down easy.
May as well.
We would also have to bring his food and water bowls over to
For
him.
school bus,
He was
anyway.
always too
Not
tired
an
to get
actual
up.
bus, school bus.
So I'm watching TV in the living room with Fenrir lying down by the side of the couch, when suddenly I hear this loud growling. I muted the TV, turned around, and saw Fenrir growling and snarling at something. He then started barking at something, and I looked over and saw that he was directing his attention at the back door that led to the backyard, but I didn't see anything as it was pitch black outside. Suddenly, he just stood up with seemingly little to no effort, which was weird for him, and was violently growling, snarling, and barking. But keep in mind, he hasn't been able to get up by himself in a while, so to just see him stand up like he was young again scared me a lot. I used to say that it was like as if Fenrir got possessed or something.
Bus.
Anyway,
School bus,
he
school
was
bus,
still
school
directing
bus.
his attention.
I guess I'll see you when I'm at the school, yo. I'll see you then. Well, here we are. Here we are at school. First class for days, this class here. Good morning, class. We have a new student. Introduce yourself. Sure. Hey everyone, my name is Jesse Skywalker. I'm 15. I'm new to this school. That's all you have to know about me. I'm gonna go sit down. Class dismissed. Cool. Second class for days, this class here. Good morning, class. Sit down. Okay, class dismissed. Have fun at break. Cool. I mean, class dismissed. Oh, good. Whatever. That was but okay. My last class for the day until the afternoon should be up here. Should be somewhere around this area here. Not that way, it's telling me. Where is it at? Okay, assembly. Let's reroll my phone. Okay, my phone tell me now it should be down here. Right there. Here we are. Good morning, class. Hey, class dismissed. Have fun at break. Cool, gang, you heard. Let's go outside and chill somewhere. Let's go downstairs, chill somewhere. Or maybe even smoke in a bathroom. If they have a bathroom at this school. Gang. Shit. This way. Where the fuck is downstairs, yo? Here. Downstairs. Let's go down here. Nah. The gym? No. I want to turn the bathroom. Okay. Here we are. Mail. So oh, okay. We're both reading the same fucking bathroom. Oh well. Let's go to where should I go? There's not much to hide. Hang on. Can you see me over? What about... Yeah, okay. Nah. Let's go find somewhere else. Let's go find somewhere else to chill. Let's go chill. Fuck. Let's chill and smoke weed, dude. Yo, fuck it. Bathroom will do. If I get caught, I get caught and get suspended. Nothing I can do. But, let's hope to God that no one will catch me smoking, yo. Okay, let's hope to God no one catch me smoking. Let's go chill here. Press play. Have a blunt, yo.
He said that he arrived in the country in 2014 in the capital, stayed there 2 years, and in 2017 he got in our neighbourhood. I did the maths and realised that there was a whole year missing. I asked, and he answered, I was in jail. You can probably imagine just how scared I was upon hearing that.
Blunt.
Okay. It wasn't that scary in the end, which reassured me. The guy said goodnight and he left. There were many times when I checked the inside mirror and would see that he was right behind me. I obviously wouldn't know every time that he was there, but even to this day, I check really often to see if a car is following me. Once, I was washing the dishes during a late shift. I had my phone and was texting friends, 2 guys, to let them know when I was finished and that we could meet. Well, I was working, so I had to leave my phone. And maybe half an hour later, a colleague comes to me and says, "Hey, your friend ordered at the drive-thru and asked for you, and he said that he wanted to meet you later." I took my phone and said, "So, you came by? Were you alone? What are you talking about?" At this moment, I rushed to my colleague and asked her to describe the guy in the car, and as you can guess, it was Steve. Now, I won't bore you with all the rest of the details, but there were so many cases of things like this happening. He followed me to my friends, threatened to reveal stuff about a friend to his dad that he knew. Also, one of his friends, Carl, who I spotted on my parking lot, had followed me a couple of times too. A friend who knew Carl was told that he was married, had kids and was like 40, and I was really shocked by that. One evening though, around 10 p.m. maybe, and it was already dark, I parked and saw a friend or a neighbour getting home. It had been a while, so we talked a bit. He said that he'll be back in 2 so we can chat. And while waiting, I'm getting my stuff in the trunk. And this is when the car parked behind me flashes its lights at me. I didn't have to turn around to guess who it was. I'd been patient since nothing too crazy had happened, and I didn't want to scare or create problems for my family, but this night I was pretty angry, and it was happening right next to my place. So I threw my stuff down and I rushed to the car. Both Steve and Carl were there, and I told them to leave, to stop following me. Steve didn't say a word, and Carl just sort of smiled and said goodnight. I didn't answer and left. And well, it must have worked because they didn't bother me for months. Steve changed his car and now had a black one, which was still a really recognizable car. He followed me a few more times, and one day he even tried to talk with me with a friend that could translate well what he was saying. I explained to his friend that I just wasn't interested and that it was the last time that I talked to him. However, months later, I see in my neighbourhood this kid that I knew from sports, and I knew that he lived in an apartment at about the same place as Steve. the whole thing was over, but even when it was just me and her in the house, and when other people were there, they saw it too. There were times when she would be looking up to the ceiling or at the walls and smile like she was looking at someone that she knew. Another time, my whole family was on the couch just being with her, and the light in the room went out, and my grandma smiled and said, "It'll come back on." And right when she said that, it did. Now, while these occurrences were starting to happen frequently, it was just little things like that. But then, the last few days of her life, she started declining more, so we bought a baby monitor with a camera to watch her when we weren't in the room to make sure that she didn't try and leave the bed or something. She kept trying to do things on her own and would fall. Well, one night my sister and I were upstairs in her bedroom talking, and we looked at the monitor screen, and I instantly started crying from what I saw. It's hard to describe what we saw, but the only thing that comes close to what it looked like was a mix of a sort of a gremlin and golem. It felt so off. We watched it almost crawl or jump onto her bed. She was asleep, but it seemed like she knew it was there because she made a movement with her hand like she was hitting it away, and once she did that, it left. My sister went downstairs to check on her. She was still sleeping and nothing was there. It was one of the creepiest and weirdest things that I've ever seen in my life, and even after 6 years, just the thought of it makes the hair on my arm stand up, and my eyes begin to tear up too. It's not just because of how scary it looked, but because of the way it made me feel, I guess. Even through the monitor, you could almost, etc. So, we took a picture of the monitor screen this time, and we zoomed in to see what it was. Just above that head was my uncle's face. You could see his features and could easily recognize it was him if you knew him. He was my grandma's son, who died a few years back from cancer as well. While I don't really believe in God and I'm not sure where I stand on the afterlife, even after all my experiences, it was a feeling of relief, I guess, seeing this after the horror I saw the night before. Almost like him saying, "It's okay, I've got her." I have no idea what the head was behind her. My sister thinks it could be her starting to leave her body. It did look like it was her, just watching her body laying there. A couple of days later, she passed away too. I don't know, sense energies of places, I guess you could say. And the energy in this area wasn't great. In fact, it was almost sort of spooky. Each of us had individual one-person tents, and we formed a kind of cluster in this side, with my tent being in the back, so no one was behind me. Our cluster was also right next to the forest because this backpacking site was like a big cleared off square in the middle of the trees. So, fast forward, I'm dead asleep around 2 a.m. and I wake up to leaves crunching right behind my tent. I hear footsteps walking in circles around my tent. They had a sort of heaviness to them that couldn't be a deer or a dog. Also, it didn't sound like just two legs. Whatever this was, though, this creature was circling my tent for long periods of time, slowly creeping up to the sides of my tent, and then just stopping for some time, and then would move on to walking around the rest of the tent cluster. I could also hear a human-like breathing from the mouth when it was close to my tent, like a light sort of heaving or something. I was shaking, too scared to unzip my tent and investigate. I kid you not too that this occurred for hours, and it seemed like I was the only one awake. And out of nowhere, I see an illuminated light shape from my tent, although I couldn't tell what it was from inside of my tent, because it was all zipped up. But it was like a warm glow, I guess. I might have assumed that it was someone's flashlight, except nobody was moving. I was paralyzed in fear. I simply couldn't believe that this was an animal.
Well, shit, school's over. Let's head back to the fucking boss, you know? I'll see you guys in the morning. I'm gonna go fucking head to school off camera. Then, head to school. you know, so you don't have to watch me sleep or anything like that, you know. So I'll see you when it's tomorrow. 5 in the morning. The next day, yo. Let's go. Okay, first class for today is this class here again. Good morning, class. Class dismissed? Cool. I have free period for the day. For the whole day. Gang now. I just have one class, then the rest of the day I have free period. Let's go fucking turn the bathroom again, like I did yesterday. Gang. Bathroom. Where the fuck is the bathroom at, yo? This is the library, I think. Where the fuck was the bathroom, yo, at? I forgot, yo. Bathroom. Here, yo. Bathroom. Okay. Press play. Her for day.
And at some point, I must have fell asleep due to sheer exhaustion, but I could hear the footsteps circling until I did. I really don't remember much after that, but in the morning I questioned my fellow campers about it, and my leader admitted that she heard the footsteps and noises as well, admitting that it was bizarre and she would have investigated had she not been so groggy. One of the boys in the group said that he also noticed the light that came on, but thought that it was someone else. Not a single person in this group, though, went up to go to the bathroom or turned on a light that night, so I know for sure that it was nobody else from our group at least. I've heard things about the Appalachian regions being creepy and bizarre, and to be honest, now I believe it. Have any of you guys had any similar experiences? And if you have, what happened? Back when I was still working in a rehab facility as a social worker for girls who were victims of SA, it was out of town. I would take a jeepney and a bus as well to get to my workplace. I was an in-house social worker, meaning that I would stay at the facility for 5 days, and I'd get 2 days off after this. My shift is Saturday to Wednesday, meaning that I can go back home Wednesday evening and return to the rehab facility Friday evening too.
Have not born, yo.
Now, I like to travel during evenings since there are not a lot of passengers and I can enjoy my window seat alone. The facility is located in a rural area. I can take a tricycle going through there to the bus stop, but it's too expensive for me, so I would always walk alone, and mind you, I have to pass through a wide sugarcane field before going there. There's not usually any streetlights there, but I didn't mind it, except, well, for this one night. So just near the road was a small mum and a pop store where I would usually buy my stacks. It's like 1 kilometer away from my workplace. I got close with the owner, and she would often offer that she will ask her son-in-law to drive me to my workplace. I always politely decline her offer because I don't want to be a burden. But this time, she offered again, and I took it because when I looked down the road going to my workplace, it was really dark, and I don't know, the air felt just heavy and weird. So I finished my Pepsi and cigarette and hopped on the back of the motorcycle. When we reached the middle part, there were 5 to 7 drunken men talking in the middle of the road and saw us coming. One guy said, "Miss, come down and talk to us." I got pretty scared by that, and he came closer. The son-in-law instantly drove his motorcycle fast, and some of the men chased us while calling after me. Thank goodness, too, that they were not able to keep up. Now, if I hadn't have trusted my instincts that night, honestly, I don't know what would have happened to me.
You most likely get raped and killed, or just got raped.
An acquaintance of mine, who happened to have been a cop, once told me this little tale that he experienced several years ago. Back then, he was a deputy and still new to the patrol.
Or just killed.
Since he was
straight
new
up
to it,
killed or kidnapped.
he got called often to more simple tasks.
Actually, no,
tasks
she's
that
a
made the more
adult,
experienced
so
deputies
most
jobs
likely
easier.
killed.
One night, The deputy got a request over his radio to sit on a suicide scene. The victim was still inside the home, and they needed the deputy to sit and guard the main entry to the home until the coroner got there to take the body. They didn't want any relatives or anyone else to enter the scene and mess up evidence. Basically, that was a standard procedure too. So, the deputy got to the home of the victim and confirmed with the cops already on the scene that he was there to wait for the coroner. It was the middle of the night, so the deputy grabbed his flip phone out of his patrol car and settled on the front porch to play some Snake on his phone. All was totally quiet around him after everyone else left. All the deputy could hear were the occasional sounds of distant barking dogs and the faint sounds of the sparse highway traffic. The silence did indeed make him a little bit nervous, especially considering what lied only a few feet away from him and invisible to him only because of the wall. And so, as you can imagine, it was only natural that his instincts had his ears on high alert. And he was startled when he suddenly thought that he heard a rustling sound, seemingly coming from inside the house behind him. All he could do was sit there and wait and listen intently. A few minutes went by, though, and he didn't hear anything else, so he just figured that he probably heard the house settling or something. Over half an hour went by, and the deputy was starting to get a little drowsy, staring at Snake on his small flip phone. So he flipped it shut and sat back for a few minutes to relax. But then suddenly there was that sound again, which seemed louder this time. A strange rustling sound, like maybe rustling papers, he thought to himself, puzzled. As he sat there and listened intently, he heard it again, and that time he was sure that it was coming from inside the house behind him where the victim was. At that point, the deputy admits that he was pretty scared. He didn't want to call for backup until he was sure that there was somebody inside the house, but he also didn't want to go inside the dark, creepy death scene by himself to investigate either. So he stood up and waited once again for any noise, while resting his hand on the gun in his belt. Then the deputy drew his gun as a loud sound from behind him caused him to spin around and face a large window by the front door, covered by vertical hanging blinds. As he turned around to face the window, an explosion of movement disturbed the vertical blinds. The deputy did admit to me in the telling of this story that he did in fact definitely jump and scream, as most anyone would, I suppose. The deputy's vision quickly cleared, and he stared at the face on the other side of the window, definitely not expecting to see that particular face staring back at him.
Well, I guess I'll see you next year. I'll see you then. By then I'll be 16. So yeah, I'll see you then, yo.